Alright, so what's up? Hold on, future me, digital me. What's up, everyone? Uh, Again, I went into town today. I took a chance on something. I bought a frozen pizza at the Brookshire Brothers and took a chance on if I could get it back here, like safely. And it worked out. I was able to get it here before it got too on before it was too fucked up, and got it in the oven, cooked it. Seems fine. I mean, it was a weird chicken and bacon, chicken and bacon ranch pizza. And what the fuck? Jeez, look at me. Yeah, there we go. That's the right brightness. Cause damn, that's like nighttime brightness is what it was. And so, I mean, it's okay. The flavor is a little weird because it's ranch, but whatever. Ooh. I just got it because I was a little curious. No companies seem to make the pizzas with the garlic parm. The garlic parm pizza. I don't know what sauce. Instead of marinara, garlic parmesan white sauce. That stuff is fucking good. Um, that's primo. If you're gonna replace marinara with something, you put that stuff in there, and then you have your cheese, and then you have like some, well, pretty much a supreme pizza. That's always good. The standard supreme pizza toppings. That's good. Anyways, so that's what I did, and it miraculously wasn't all jacked up. Moving around, using up the space, right? Trust data, not lore, right? There we go. You like the shirt, you see the shirt, you love the shirt. But still hearing stories about the fucking Portland stuff, right? And I'm about to watch a video, hopefully that kind of goes into a little bit of detail about the shootings that occurred. It says 4 mass shootings, but apparently when I watched the Daily Show, it said there were 6 shootings. Didn't really cover it, but it said there were 6 shootings. So I don't know. Apparently there is some shit going on. We will hear more about this as the days go on. And that's fucked up because I was thinking, before I heard any of this, before I heard about any of this at all, I was thinking last night in my bed, I was just thinking, this administration is having a shit fuck of a time dealing with one guy getting his head blown off, figuratively, because it wasn't his head, but at one time. And I know the Colorado, whatever the fuck, there was a thing that happened like almost exactly at the same time. But they're having a problem dealing with that. And now there were what, six that happened within 24 hours or something. So, I mean, this legendarily, fantastically incompetent FBI. I mean, if there are going to be more and more uh, shootings, assassinations, whatever you want to call it, of prominent people happening closer and closer together. And I don't mean just like political, you know, people like senators or whatever, but I mean people that are just holding, get-togethers and talks and stuff like Charlie Kirk. If someone wants to hold some sort of talk or conference or something, and they're going to get targeted, and they're not even a senator or a congressman or anything. And also, the people that are senators and stuff. I mean, imagine this: the election season. It's about to start. People are going to start campaigning. They're not going to stop campaigning. You got to campaign, which means you got to go out in public and hold rallies and shit. This FBI is, I don't know. I'm just personally, um, if you're in that Utah division, thoughts and prayers to you for all those people campaigning in that area, because yikes. Uh, Hopefully, the people that have to campaign uh, in other areas, Texas, have more competent FBI people running the show. So if something does happen, there's a better there's a better investigation, and it can run more thorough, and it can be done faster. Um, Although there was some shit that happened in Texas. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with the FBI and how they coordinate with local and how they coordinate with sheriffs and all of this stuff. And you have to be impartial because you want to, first of all, if the guy doesn't kill himself, uh, you want to be able to find him. You want to be able to find the right guy. If they're on the run, you want to be able to find the person that did it, because you don't want them to get away and then be like, hey, I got away. You won't get me, copper. And, you know, have them be able to fucking do it again. Because especially if the guy gets away, it's a dude that can get away. And if it's a guy that can evade, that makes it even more dangerous. Because that means you got skills. You can duck, dive, dip, dodge, and dodge and dive and dip and dodge. And that means who knows? Who knows how many are going to drop before who's caught? So, what are we going to do? You know, I mean, and switching gears a little bit, It's bad enough that we got ICE agents that are fucking masks and don't have badges and stuff, so we have no idea who the fuck they are, and who's gonna police them because apparently they're police. Maybe, I don't know. We never know because they just are like, oh, police. I'm like, great, give me a suit me up and give police. I mean, you know, I got the gut to be an ICE right in right here. You know. Of course, I don't have the outlandishly asshole nature to be an ICE, and you got to abduct brown people. So while I had the physique to qualify to be an ICE trooper, my my character personality, uh, mainly the brutality and harshness, not quite there yet. Yeah. Uh, what was I thinking about? What video was that I was watching? Oh, I saw a video earlier today of Jon Stewart interviewing um, a woman that wrote a book about the Constitution and like how it got written and stuff. And I think it was just the Constitution, not it didn't include the Bill of Rights, but it was just she was just basically talking. It was basically about like the process of writing the Constitution. So this would have been not the Declaration, and this would have been after the actual war had ended, and everybody everybody was like drafting the Constitution itself, and there was all this back and forth and stuff. And it just got me thinking again. I said this, I tried to get this through in another video, and it just got me thinking, it's like it's been more or less 250 years of having the Constitution and then all, I don't know, 20-ish amendments and all of the other all of the court cases and rulings and legal precedent and just all of the various types of social reform, um, the the secondary and tertiary kind of social reform and technological reform and whatever that would just apply to all of that that directly or indirectly allows and allowed people of maybe an individual status, an individual person, but mostly group status to kind of yank political power and civil liberties from the 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 class that was the only class that had it at the time. So, it started off as white males, maybe only white. I don't know for sure, but maybe only white males that own property. Um, Maybe that had a certain education level that were able to vote and influence decision making power. Maybe it was just white males. I don't know. And then that changed to all white males. I mean, throughout the you know years, decades, it became more and more and more. And over 2.5 centuries, we're here, and now where are we? I mean, because from my perspective, it seems like this country is at a very dangerous precipice, and it's I don't know. I see clips where some news and some videos on YouTube make it look like half the country wants a war or the country to go back to 1950s, and some of the news makes it seem like it's only maybe 10% that wants slavery back and wants the country to be fucking all white people that worship a really radical form of Christianity. So you kind of you almost don't know exactly what the hell the truth is, really. And do you want to trust polls about where stuff is? So you don't really know exactly what the hell is going on by observing stuff and getting out there. And I mean, for me, getting out there and asking people is kind of a risky venture because I don't really have anywhere where else to live. I can't start fucking asking too many questions because what the fuck am I gonna do? Piss off my landlord? I don't know. I don't want to fucking do that. I don't want to. I don't want to tip. Get on too many toes. And I don't necessarily want to piss off people in the area either. Um, but but I've been to, like I said before, I've been to churches around here, and people don't give off the vibe of being cruel necessarily, and they don't give off the vibe either of wanting to, I don't know, wanting to do half of the stuff that is on most of that kind of Trump social posting shit that the guy posts either. So I don't really exactly know where that guy's agenda lands with even most of the people in this town. But I do get the feeling that, it's like, well, would you vote? It's like, no, I'm not going to vote for a Democrat still. It's like, but you will vote for a Republican. Yeah, I'll vote for any Republican. It's like, that's, it's really not helpful. I mean, I really think that, the worst Democrat, and these are very bad terms to use because they don't really mean anything, but we'll just kind of stick with them because we really don't have any good language to say these things, but we'll just kind of say it. It pretty much means the most right leaning, but we'll just, I think everybody understands what it means here. The worst Democrat is probably better than the best Republican, in my opinion. And that's, I was thinking about that, a better way to say that, and this is kind of what I mean. Let me try and remember what I was thinking about it. I had an example out when I was thinking about it outside. Trying to remember the exact thing that I was thinking about it. I can remember the one for the Republicans, like, but there's been, generally speaking, for both Democrats and Republicans, there are principles that both sides are like they just won't bend on. It's not that they won't bend on, they won't even discuss. They will go to the like, no, I won't even discuss it. No, it's just a no. And there's some that maybe, and these are individual. I'm not talking about the party, the party. I'm talking about an individual person, maybe not a representative, but an individual person. You can get them to go and say, well, what do you mean by that? And it's just like, I don't understand what you mean. Like, give me specifics. You know, that's kind of like, I was thinking like the Ten Commandments in a classroom. And a Democrat typically would say no. And I would say that too, right? But me personally, it's based on the assumption you're saying the public classroom. That's kind of what we all generally mean. I mean, if you're talking about a private Christian school, I mean, then it's your private Christian school and you're not taking any voucher or anything like that. It's just all your fucking money. I don't give a shit, whatever. It's all your deal. I would also say in the voucher program nationwide. That is, it doesn't work and you're stealing money from public trust. So, but that's a different thing. And a lot of Democrats are pretty much yes on abortion rights across the board. That's not. I don't know. I think that's kind of more a party thing. It's like, well, if you want to be a Democrat, your public opinion needs to be yes on abortion. But I think if you get them in their private room with no video, no recording stuff, they might have at least a slightly different opinion on abortion. Some of them, that kind of tired line. It's a woman's right to control her body and stuff. It's like I think that's a very nice way of getting away with saying the thing that everybody wants to hear without actually saying your opinion that Democrats want to say, that some Democrats want to say, which is, yeah, sure, abortion should be legal, but you're killing a baby, bitch. So some Democrats want to say that, which would piss off some women. Like, bitch, you're killing a baby, but I'm okay with it being legal. I just don't want you to judge me for telling you you're killing a baby. because maybe you wouldn't vote for me. It's like that kind of shit. And Democrats don't want to say, yeah, you know, I think religion should be a freedom, but you're also an idiot and you're wrong. What? You don't want to vote for me anymore? Because I just called you, I just insulted one of the fundamental things of your life? What? You're wrong and you're an idiot, but it's your right to be wrong and also the stupidest motherfucker on the planet. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't like that and you're not going to vote for me now. See, saying that is just a little too curt. That's part of being a politician. I like the First Amendment. It's the greatest. It's just like, saying that shit is just, there's such a thing as too much honesty, and that's kind of the politicians, you know, what they only say in private. Like, man, these religious people are. But you can't, another word for that is, maybe you should have an inner monologue. Control that a little bit. A nice diplomatic way of phrasing stuff. So you're not looked at as a total fucking asshole. It's like, well, I mean, sure. That's true. I mean, you don't need to be seen as a total dick fucker, but I understand. At the same time, like, what are we doing here? I mean, we're black begging people because you're not here legally. Well, I mean, maybe they were running from a fucking. What were they supposed to do? There were a bunch of people with guns and they were running from them. I mean, if that was you, yeah. I mean, you hear about this place where, there aren't people chasing you who have guns. I mean, you'd be like, hey, we could go to this place where people just aren't roaming around trying to kill you, or we could stay here and, I don't know, throw rocks at the other people or something. I don't know. What do you want to do? I mean, some people obviously do stay there and try to fight, but some people say, well, let's see if we can make it the 1,200-mile trip. I mean, and then all of you are like, they're murderers and thieves and rapists and drug dealers. And it's like, okay, well, one out of, I don't know what it is, 1,000 or something like that, maybe. So that'd be a tenth of a percent if it's something like that. But then, 999 of them are just like, whew, made it to the land where there are a whole shitload of people trying to shoot me or maybe make me a slave. So, like, I don't know, maybe I'll get deported. Maybe I'll just have to work for a shitty wage, but at least, I ain't fucking over there anymore. So I'll put that up as a victory either way. people that'd be dicks and take our job, and blah blah blah. Like, okay, whatever. That seems kind of like a dick move to have that attitude about people, but whatever. I guess you'd rather they have a bullet in their head. I don't know. And so again, 250 years of progress, and they're just gonna give it away because a bunch of billionaires have decided, yeah, that's the right way to go. It's better to have a bunch of billionaires decide, eh, you don't need those things that collectively all of you have, you know, worked so hard for so long. Just better just better let the modern aristocracy have it, you know. I think that's better. Yeah, yeah, fuck that. Say it's a good idea just to, you know, fucking take the goddamn money they got and put it into the country coffers. I mean, look at the money that the top 10% has. I mean, it's conspicuously equal to the national debt. I mean, look at it. You look it up on Google. The wealth that the top fucking 10% of America has is equal to the national debt. It's fucking right there. Wipe out the debt. I know that's a very simple way of putting it because it's all in like, not all, but it's mostly in, you know, holdings, you know, non-liquid holdings. But basically, that proves what I say. They've been stealing money from the country for 40 years. It's been a wealth transfer from America to the douchebags for 40 years. I think it's time for them to pay what they've been taking for 40 fucking years. I don't think that's unreasonable. And they want to bitch about it. You know, Hitler did that, and they didn't fucking do it, and he fucking killed a shitload of them. So, I mean, I think this is a very healthy, reasonable compromise to do it without fucking killing you guys. So, you know, I mean, we are all trying to be civil here. You know, Nobody has to. Nobody has to die. Nobody even has to get hurt at all. It's very easy. It's just taxation. It's fair taxation. That's all it is. It goes back to everybody that fucking earned it. And you know what? You know what the craziest thing is? The people that are rich would actually get richer. They would get richer every day, every year, because they would still earn money under the taxation rules, and they own fucking everything anyways. They own all the companies and stuff. The companies that would be getting bigger from all the spending that would be done under the programs to revitalize the country. So they would be getting bigger from one thing, from the passive income. They'd be getting richer from the passive income, and they get richer from all the other angles, all the other kinds of spending. So they get richer twice over, and they're still bitching about it. And they're whiny little bitches. Just, I mean, you can't win with these people. I don't know. Maybe it's because they're they. It's like it's Donald Trump's generation. You know, they're too spoiled. If since it's Donald Trump's generation, all of his people are too removed, so they don't understand. They're just horrible business people. They have no idea how anything actually fucking works because they were raised with, I mean, they didn't just have a silver spoon coming out of their ass. They had a silver spoon coming out of everywhere, and they were riding a silver spoon fucking airplane. And it's just, you know, they weren't raised in, not only were they not raised in the real world, they, they didn't have to, no one told them how anything works either. You know, they just got an A on the test. They didn't have to actually be like learn how fucking anything works. So they were just like, oh, that's how economic is. Yeah, sure. You know, Billy Madison, ROK, ROCK. Oh, the C is silent. It's like, that's fucking Trump. Like, that's exactly Trump right there. Like, dude, that's Trump and everybody around him that went to school with him. It's like, they didn't, they had somebody following them, wiping their ass, and fucking spoon feeding them fucking their, I don't know, the fuck they ate. It wasn't oatmeal, I can tell you that much, because anybody that's eaten oatmeal knows it tastes, oh my God, oatmeal is, oatmeal is slave food if slaves were like, what is this, oatmeal? No, no, no. I think, I think I'll pass on that because that's fucking horrible. I don't know who fucking decided that is food, but I think I'll I think I'll eat wood shavings with water poured over it because that is fucking. I'm not eating whatever the fuck that is. That is fucking disgusting. Oatmeal is fucking horrible. It's like cranberry juice. What the fuck? What the fuck is cranberry juice? It's fucking disgusting. Dude, we got orange juice, we got apple juice, we got grape juice. Dude, cranberry juice. And you know, they try to be like, oh, it's cran grape juice. I'm like, why would you do that to grape juice? There's no need. Oh, it makes it cheaper. Hey, instead of a big thing of grape juice, just get a smaller thing of grape juice. And if you want to make it big, you can add water, but otherwise, just drink just sip the grape juice. Why make something that's good and make it shitty? I like it sour. You're an idiot and an asshole. Damn. These are the people that should be killed from the world. The people that invent things like cran grape. I mean, it's bad enough that there's cranberry juice in the world, but cran grape, that person, I don't know how that slipped through the cracks of God's person machine, but somehow it did. And I know God's in heaven going, I fucked up with that. I'm sorry, humanity. That person, I don't know. That got done on a Sunday, I can tell you that much, when God was sleeping. And that person was made on Sunday. God was just like, oops, that's an oopsie. So yeah, I realize that's probably been done because cranberry lobby or whatever. Like, man, we got too many cranberries. We got to sell these fucking things. Dude, fertilizer. That's all I got to tell you. Fertilizer. What do they call it? A bumper crop? Is that what farmers call those when, like, it's a waste crop that you do for filler years or something like that? I know there are people that love cranberries out there that are like, I love cranberries. How dare you insult me with my cranberry love? I got that for you. It's special. I got it on sale too. All right, whatever. It's 45 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this show, the installment of I don't give a fuck. And everybody tax rich people, kneecap them, and boobs. All right, there we go.